h4, okay? a4 is clearly designed to go a3, soften up this diagonal because he anticipates that Mikola is going to go over here. Mikola shuts that down, plays a3. Very, very provocative move. Black is now going to put the rook on the e file and try to get his knight in the game, where it can go to b3, forking the queen and the rook, or to e4. Very wild game. Very imbalanced position. Lingxi plays rook to e8, which is a very reasonable move. He also could have went knight c5. You know what the computer wants Black to play here? This is how you know you are deep in the forest of the variations. It wants knight c5, which is at least understandable, and then it wants Black to play rook a6. And the idea of rook a6 is just to put the rook on b6. Just put the rook on b6 and apply pressure. There is nothing you're going to gain right. It just wants to do this first. Lingxi plays rook e8, because what could be more natural than lining up the rook against the king? Any way the king castles, there's going to be problems. Yeah, Mikola knows that. Which is why in this position, he plays king f1. He doesn't castle. He doesn't castle. Actually, the king is completely safe on f1. It doesn't need to go to the traditional square here. It doesn't need to go here. It just stands right on f1. And it is blocked by 4 different pieces. It is wearing the world's biggest hat. It's just wearing a hat. The king's just wearing a hat. Nobody's going to get to the king. Not from this diagonal, not from here, not from straight down. The king is safe. And this rook, which would have had to go to f1, is now going to escort the h-pawn up the board, where white actually can still attack. White can still attack. White can go here and here and here and here and get in. So Lingxi brings his knight. Mikola now is like, all right, if I'm going to attack this guy and end up in another YouTube video, I need to bring all my pieces. All of my pieces need to come to join the party, right? Before I go for h4, I need to play rook e1. I get out of knight to b3 fork. The rook is here, replacing where my king was. King's just chilling. King's absolutely safe. That is actually the least of the concerns in the position. So now, Lingxi doesn't really have much of a follow-up here. He can continue to improve his position. Bishop d7, just kind of getting the bishop sort of out, and then maybe the queen. c6 is possible to try to attack the center. Plays a very natural move as far as I'm concerned, knight to e4. Knight e4 is a mistake. It was a natural move. He obviously wanted his f-pawn taken.